Up until last week, Ontario's Kathleen Wynne was running fundraising on the model of some hard-nosed, about-to-go-bust car dealership. Or maybe a better example is the poor police officers who have to fill a ticket quota by month's end, bring in the bucks or back on the beat. Ms. Wynne laid on the lash. Ministers were assigned to raise money, and objectives were high. The biggies, energy, finance, health, as much as $500,000. Then the high rollers in industry and lobbying were invited to some special event, say a heritage dinner, and for a mere $18,000 a table, given the chance to bump elbows, rub shoulders, high-five, chatter, share bad jokes, and extol the wonders of the Ontario Liberal Party with the high lords and lordesses of that same Liberal Party's power elite. Ministers not meeting the quota most likely got the hook, or were sent to mope in some sad loser's corner with poor Gil, the Willie Loman of The Simpsons. The practice raised eyebrows, and none more exercised or telegenic than those of the Prime Minister Trudeau himself, who suggested some premiers, Clark, Notley, Wynne, would do well to copy Ottawa's example, which has rules on limits for unions and corporations. But not for dinners, for even tonight, Canada's Minister of Justice and Attorney General, Jody Wilson-Raybould, is at one being held at a powerhouse law firm on Bay Street. The firm, God has a sense of humor, is called Tories, LLP. The dinner is $500 a ticket. Now, you may dress this up how you wish, but at these dinners, Wynne's or the federal ministers, it's not the food that draws them, it's the ministers who are the main course. Access, proximity, and direct contact with ministers, both appetizer and dessert. Now, should a sitting Minister of Justice, regardless of whether it's legal, be used as bait for partisan fundraising? I think the question answers itself. But let's go to an outside observer and take the word of a former Liberal cabinet minister and an ex-premier, Ujjal Dosanjh. Here's his take, quote, "When the influence of big private money is being debated everywhere, from the Panama Papers to Queen's Park in Ontario, it is totally incomprehensible how a minister of our federal crown, the Minister of Justice, and the Attorney General at that, participating in a private fundraiser with lawyers, can be said to escape either the reality or the appearance of a conflict of interest," end of quote. Mr. Trudeau says he's not breaking the rules, that it's all open and transparent. Open and transparent here being perfect synonyms for brazen and barefaced. Mr. Dosanjh has it right. Beyond the rules as they are is example and discretion, and floating cabinet ministers or premiers and prime ministers to select interested powerful groups or lobbies to stuff a party's coffers is unseemly at best and bad practice any way you look at it. For The National, I'm Rex Murphy.